Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Carlo. I'm going to be your host on this channel here. This is the Peeps Garage. This is a new branding, a new name for the channel. I've spent the last year constructing this channel here, and it's been a blast for me to make all the videos about vehicles, about cars, to bring to my people, to bring to all of you guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. This year is a new year. It's gonna be a new strategy. It's gonna be a lot more fun, and I can promise you also there's gonna be a lot more traveling videos on this channel, because I kind of realized that this is one of the traveling videos are the most viewed videos. So I'm gonna bring that for you guys, and it's gonna be the same concept, except there's a lot, small change. This is a new language that's been spoken on the channel here. I've switched from Creole, my native language, to English. The reason why is I would love to have a lot more diversity of people tuning in, and because I have reports of people telling me that they love what they're saying, they love the channel, but the thing is they could not understand a word that's been spoken. Well, it's my first video in English, so bear with me. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of critics. It's not my language, so if there's if mistake been made, I'm sorry in advance, but this is the way it is. Most of you here already know what this channel is all about. This channel is all about car reviews, and we make videos. We try to keep it professional. The good thing about these videos, they are in 4K, and I try my best to make it as fun and as professional, as cinematographic as possible. And we have invested in a lot of equipments, and I did not want to present to you guys something that's wacky, something that that's out of a cell phone that's shaky, or none of that crap. Well, like I said, although you already know what this channel is about. It's all about cars. I speak a lot about vehicles. I love cars, and I'm not a mechanic, although I make videos about how to change a tire, how to change brakes, stuff like that. So there's gonna be a lot more surprises, like I said, about vehicles. So I hope you stay tuned and have fun on this channel. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart again. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Nissan Pathfinder. From what you're seeing here, this is a 2007 Nissan Pathfinder. Like you could say, the first thing that comes in your mind is really big, it's bulky, it's it's square, and a lot of people, I'm sure, is not a fan of these bulky square vehicles. But early 2005, 2006, a lot of car makers have switched to regular smaller vehicles or smaller SUVs to bulky ones. That was the era, and Toyota have done the same. Honda, like the Honda Pilot, have done the same thing. And I'm sure that a lot of you are not really fans of the bulky vehicles. But the thing you need to keep in mind, back in 2005, 2006, 2007, a lot more people were switching for regular vehicles, regular cars, to SUVs. The reason why is, I'm sure by then everybody were having kids, we're making the switch to having a lot more people in their families, and they needed something to transport their kids and friends and family. And the 2003 4 not 2004, but the previous generation, which was the second generation of this one, was very small and only was able to carry only 5 people, 3 in the back, 2 in the front. You could squeeze kids in there too, but there was not enough space in these smaller vehicles, in these smaller SUVs. Many years ago, these vehicles were seen as off-roading vehicles, for men mostly, to go out and explore the nature. Some people will just go and into muddy places, snow or whatever you may call it, but back in 2003, 4, and 5, like I said, a lot of people were switching. They were switching from that mentality of seeing SUVs as mom or sucker mom's vehicles to or off-roading vehicles to hauling more people or passengers. But the thing is, you didn't need to have a lot of people in your family to have one of these. The only downside with the Nissan especially, not only was bulky, it was it's big and everything, but it's got an engine, a 4.6 liters. It's really thirsty. You only had 16 miles per gallon, on locally, and you only had about 21 miles per gallon on the highway. That was not ideal, but at the time, the good thing about it was the gas prices was very cheap. Right now, I'm sure a lot of people, now that we are in 2022, are going to be switching to smaller vehicles. Because see, if you are in the market right now for a smaller vehicle, there's a small spike, about prices, and a lot of people are asking a lot more money for their 4 cylinders. I drive a 6 cylinders personally, and I also have 8 cylinders. I don't really see it, and it doesn't really hurt me as much since I only work about 5 or 6 minutes away. But I'm sure if you have a longer commute, about 25-30 minutes, it's gonna hurt your pocket for sure. I'm sure it's gonna make a big hole, really big hole in your pocket. That's a sure thing. What you are seeing here is the engine bay. This is a 4.0 liter V6 engine. Like I said, this vehicle is really thirsty. I'm sorry, it's really dirty right now. This is a vehicle that I purchased so I can resell. You could tell, there's a lot of rust all around the engine and also on the body frame. Is because right now we are up north in New York, and that vehicle, I'm sure it was from the probably upstate New York. I purchased it in here on Long Island, but that person probably resided there at some point in her life. I purchased it from this lady. This car was really well kept, except that for 2007, you cannot expect it as perfect. It's got a small dent right here, and the bumper right here, it's shredded a little bit, but still, when I purchased the vehicle, I only pay a small fee. I'm not gonna tell, because this car is going back for sale. It's got really nice tires. It's almost brand new. I'm not a fan of these rims right here, but although it's got a really nice stepped bar right here, not a fan of that either. I kind of like chrome for some reason. I know a lot of people don't really like chromes nowadays. People are making chrome deletes on their vehicles, but that's not something I'm really fan of. I'm really fan of the chrome. The nice thing about this is got this really Pathfinder logo right here on top of it, and you can also put stuff on top of the on top of it as well if you wish. The good thing about these trucks, they all come with one of these, so you can tow your vehicles, your boat, if whatever you may have, but you don't really have that much. You can really hold that much, a really big boat. If you want, you probably have 5,000 or under 5,000 pounds, so you don't want to overdo it, so and break as well your transmission. These over here, since we are up north, it snows a lot. Most of the vehicles that come here in New York mostly are 4x4. This one here is 4x4. This is the SE model. The SE model comes with a lot of goodies. It's got the leather seat, and also on the SE model we also have a really nice sunroof. It's not panoramic. They didn't have panoramic sunroof at the time, except for Audi that came up with the panoramic sunroof with the Audi Q5 in 2009. Like I said, we have 3 rows. I'm gonna try to see if I could fit in there, but the bad thing about 3-row vehicles, they're not made for adults. They are made for smaller kids. So even though it's a good thing to have it, but you know, if you as an adult get into this vehicle, you're gonna be cramped. One of the things that Nissan, especially Pathfinders, are really known for is the side door handle. This came out in the 2nd generation, which is around 1994-5, and this is one of the things that people were going crazy for, because normally the handles used to be here, and and then they were, I believe they're the first one that came up with this type of handle here, which makes it really nice, and you know, especially if you have little kids, you know, some kids will just like open and close, play with, but it's really out of reach of kids, which is a good thing. And like I said, this car is, you could tell it's from the early 2000 era, but still the vehicle kept its age. It aged really well. The leather is really nice on this one, and you know, you're gonna have a lot of wear on this because this is where you're gonna be using the most. We're gonna be putting your arm all the time. You could, like, you know, that's the sure thing that you're gonna have. That it's got a really nice, you know, storage area here. Nice pocket there. It's really deep. You know, you could put all your paperwork and such, and you can put, you know, put your phone here. It's got another one over there as well. On this 2007, it doesn't have the navigation, but this car are really customizable. You could, you know, always buy your own and put it in there. In 2008, they had a small facelift with the Pathfinder. They you know, they changed the light a little bit. That's when they put in the GPS. Some of them have woods on here, and you know, on this panel here. But on this one, we have the metal shaped one instead. I kind of like it better than the other one. This one has a gray color combination. This is a grayish, you know, almost brown colored with the blue. And the good thing about this, I like the fact that the handle here has this little chrome area, and like I said, I love chrome. And the Nissan Pathfinder of this era of this year has something that's, you know, it's really, it's quirky. I love that part of Nissan, and it's not that many vehicles that make it. I don't think any other vehicle does it. I'm probably wrong. It's this little button here. What this little button here does, some people are really short, even though, you know, this is for back this car goes, but you could tell there's not much space between, you know, the vehicle and your feet. But you know, some people are not that tall like me. I'm 5'9". Even though you sit as close as possible to the steering wheel and the brakes, these might not, you might not have enough space, you know, for reach. Your legs might not long enough to reach. Excuse me. This button, what it does, when you press it, if you're really tall, this goes all the way down, which is the brake and the gas pedal. See? So if you're really tall, you could just, like, you know, push it all the way down, and if you're short, you just press the button and it goes all the way up, which is a good feature to have. And not that, like I said, not that many vehicles has that. On this one, we only have 123,237 miles. I love that. You know, that vehicle has not been driven that much. We can also see a little chrome out here. However, the thing I don't like about, this is the color choice. It's orange. For some odd reason, all Nissan have orange colored here and the dashboard. Not a fan of that. What we're gonna be seeing here is the this is really bulky, and I don't like it. It's ugly. It's the shift lever. Although they try to make it nice, they have this little chrome thingy there, but I don't like it. It's just me. This vehicle has 5-speed automatic. You don't have a sequential gear. You only have the normal regular old school shift lever indicators. That's it. You have a small pocket here. You can put some change in there and whatnot, which is a good feature to have. And this is where they have placed the button for the 4-wheel drive. Right now it's on 2-wheel drive, 4H push, and full load. This is the 4-wheel drive control for you to get out of the mud or the snow if you are stuck. Since it's a leather seat and we live up north, we also have this button here. What do? They are heaters for the seats. You have high here and low here, and this is the off button. Your VDC here, and you also have another blank. I don't like blank switches, but you have it there anyway. I like that, the fact that they have the storage here. This vehicle has lots of storage. I kid you not. You already have this is your regular glove compartments here, and you also have another one up here. This is not my stuff. They were in the car when I bought it, but when I bought the vehicle, I'm just gonna leave it as is, and I'm not gonna touch the stuff. You also have your auxiliary right here. You could play your music. At the time, they were not adding Bluetooth as of yet, but some vehicle of that area, which was probably Mercedes-Benz and other luxury vehicle, already had that in their vehicles. The steering wheels is pretty standard. You have your volume button here, mode, power, this is a channel and whatnot, and here you have your cruise control here. I don't really like the fact that you have the cruise control on the steering wheels. These are a little bit confusing, and I kind of like when they have the actual button here on the side. And this is nothing but your windshield wiper indicator, and this is normal like every other vehicle's blinker indicators as well. Like I said, the vehicle has a lot of pockets and as storage. You have all the way to the door panel here. Could have your bottle, water, juice, whatever you may have. You also have 2 cup holders right here, and you also have another cup holder right here on the pocket. You could put folders, files, whatever you have, and this is where you put your water. The back seat is pretty standard, just as every other vehicle. The good thing about this one here, the fact that it's a 3rd row, it's really nice that Nissan have put a controller here for the people in the back, either for your heater or for your air conditioning. You could just control that here instead of having the driver to do it for you. Also, the driver also has a button up front that they can control it themselves as well, because if you have kids, they might want to play with the button and break things that you don't want to break. Also, you also have another these break easily. One thing I want to point out, down here you also have a cup holder. Although these things were really badly made, they were poorly made, because there's not one vehicle that I know that's either a Nissan Terran Extra or one of these Nissan Pathfinder. They always have these things broken, and I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna leave it as is. And I just wanted to point out that you also have one cup holder over here as well. This is a pretty much nice place where you could put your hand in and your arm on to rest it a little bit. It's really nice to have. I was I will hope instead of having the cup holder down here, they'll have it over here instead. All you have to do is pull it, and then there you have it. The third row is really small. Like I said, you only have space for small kids, and this is, you know, that's if this is what you choose to have, this is what you're going to get, because, you know, they make vans for people that are holding more people, bigger people, but this size of this is for small kids. That's a sure thing. The good thing back here you also have, you know, a cup holder, and you also have another storage area and a cup holder over there as well. There's not much right here, except that, you know, up here you also have, you know, your vents. That's where the AC comes out or the heater comes out, and you have it throughout the ceiling right here as well. And up front we don't need that, because you already have your vents here in the front. The trunk area is not as big when you have the third row up, but the good thing is you can always bring it down. That way you have more space. You can have more space to hold your stuff. And right here you could tell there's plenty of space to put whatever you may need. A trip to Home Depot, a trip, you know, to the airport, where you have all your luggage stacked up. You could have at least 10 if you stack them up really well, and there's a lot of space. Over here you have your small storage. I'm sorry, it's dirty. I didn't get a chance to clean this up, and this is where you have your jacks and stuff. If you want to pull it back, it's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is pull on this right here. Boom, there you have it. And you do the same for the second one, and boom, there you have it. As an adult entering the back seat, it's a little bit of stretch. Okay, like I mentioned, being an adult in the third row in the back seat here is not the most comfortable place to be. As you can see, I can't tell you this for sure. If you are claustrophobic, this is not the place you want to be, because it's really tight in here. One good thing about this vehicle is, let's say you want to get out, all you have to do is lift this up, let it go, and the magic is done. Like I mentioned, in and out of this vehicle as an adult is not the best place to be. Driving the 2007 Nissan Pathfinder. My first impression, I can tell you this, it's really heavy. For the car to move, you have to push the gas all the way down. I mean, this is not something that I like about vehicles, and that's just in my head. It plays out like, you know, by pressing the gas that hard for the car to move, I've already lost a gallon of gas worth. And it's just me playing, you know, it's nothing crazy that, like, it's not like that though. It's really heavy, but with the 4.0 V6, it's really powerful. I can tell you this. Once you press the gas, this car has the impression of, like, you know, jump a little bit. This is not something that I like. I'm not sure if every Pathfinder does this, but this one in particular, it feels like it's really powerful. This is not a vehicle that I am fan of. The 5th generation just came out, It looks really nice. It's really slick. It's got that face, like it's really futuristic. It's no longer that bulky square body and frame design that this one has. The same design for a 4Runner as well. The Lexus GX 470. They are body on frame. You could tell they still have the 90s specs, in them. But if I were to purchase one, I'll probably go with the newer one, because it's a lot more gas friendly, because the new one has 9-speed automatic transmission. This one's got 5. Like I said, if you're looking for a family friendly car vehicle, this is not the car for you, unless you have small little kids. If you do, okay, but this is not something that's suitable for adults or young adults. But if you're in the market to buy one of these, I can tell you these cars are very reliable. I've seen some of them in the 250,000 miles range. The downside is, I guess it depends on the trim, the same as the Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue SV has transmission problem, for example. On these one, I'm not sure which one in particular has the transmission problem, but I know one of the trim does, because I've seen plenty of them with transmission problem. But the some of them, they do have they really reliable. This is not a vehicle that's just gonna leave you stranded on the side of the road like that, unless you don't really take care of that truck. And if I were to tell you it's a good choice, it all depends. I will say just go ahead and make your research, make sure it's the right vehicle for you, especially with the older models, like the 2007 I have here. I'm not a fan of telling people to buy vehicles that have really high mileage, but really high mileage also has its perks, because you're able to tell that, hey, this car has been taken a good beat up since the ownership of whoever has that vehicle. You could take a chance with that. But like this one, I purchased it from a lady, and she was the first owner. I'm very lucky on buying these type of vehicles. She was the first owner. That's something that to keep in mind when buying a vehicle. Always look for older people, or not young ladies, but older lady at age, let's say 50, the 50s 50 years old range, and they keep their vehicles really well, except that, like I said, on this one, it's got dents and scratches, which is okay. For the price I paid for, it's what I would pay for 4 brand new tires on my Lexus. Well, thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time, please subscribe, like the page. We are everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. For all my buddies out there watching, a really great heart for you guys, and for all the ladies watching, because I know that you ladies love watching guys stuff as well. This is for you. Thank you. I'll see you next time.